Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jason, Thrift Trader. I cannot talk tonight. We're just doing a live working hangout, and we've got some special guests, and I will let them introduce themselves. We will start with Wade.
I think that's the first time anybody has called me out first. That is amazing. Mic drop to that. Guys, welcome in. Sorry, this is amazing. This is the first time I've been on this YouTube channel, and I'm super excited. I've had this amazing guy on my YouTube channel and done an interview with him, and so I'm blessed, excited, and really humbled to be on his YouTube channel because it is growing, blowing up. And I think part of that reason is because this guy knows his stuff. So thank you so much for allowing me to be on here. And I'll hand it over to the man himself. I'm trying to pick which one. I wish I had a coin right now. But I'll hand it over to Shane, Mr. Rise and Grind.
What is up, everybody? It's the Rise and Grind Picker. And it's the first time I've ever been on Jason's channel, too. And Jason is going to be he's a super transparent dude. And I think he is going to help a ton of people. And his channel is going to grow insurmountable because of that. And, me and Jason have spent a lot of time off the cameras chatting, all of us, since we're on the panel together. And, it's just great to kind of have a small group to be able to share bolos and all that stuff with. So.
Awesome. I guess I'm up. Can you hear me?
Chris, you're next.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Chris, Liquidation OH. I'm testing liquidation stuff to make sure it works. Make sure you like and subscribe to Jason's channel before we start. Second time I've been on Jason's channel. The first time was this afternoon. Good to learn shoes from him and other clothing accessories that I don't know about. But glad to be on the show. I sell everything from eBay, Amazon, hard goods, clothing, etc.
Awesome. Well, I'm just my plan is just to take a picture of a bunch of shoes. I don't know about y'all.
So I am. Go ahead.
Oh, dude, wait! I was gonna let you go, man.
No, you go.
So all I'm gonna do right now is I got like 2 YouTube videos to edit, and then I have over 100 books to send in to FBA. So 2 days ago I sold on FBA. It's got a repricer, and it is going crazy. And I sold like 650 3 days ago, 500 and like 540 yesterday, and already at 259 today. So I got to get some stuff sent in.
Crushing it.
I'm just looking over here, looking beautiful, listing.
What are you listing? What are you listing, Wade?
So here's the thing. So this is what I'm doing basically. So I have kind of shifted my mindset the last 2 weeks to what I'm going to do is I have a lot of clothing, and I'm trying to like weed out the clothing that are under about 25 to 30 bucks on eBay, and then keeping all the higher end stuff, transferring that, doing cross posting to Poshmark. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to do 20 to 30 cross posting items to Poshmark. And right now I've got 140 items up right now. And yeah, by the way, guys, God, Shane, you didn't even mention anything, my man. I did get new business internet. Now this is the lowest tier. I can bump up to tier 2 and tier 3 if needed, but I wanted to try it on the lowest tier first. Not that Jason and his channel cares, but how's the internet, guys?
Dude, you look crystal clear.
Literally, can you see like all my hairs and beautiful silky skin?
I can see the reflection of your computer in your glasses.
It's not
oh my god! Oh, no buffering?
No buffering at all.
Oh, okay, I better take down the adult site then if you can see everything. See, I can say this on Jason's channel. No, I'm joking, guys. Oh, wait, is there people in chat right now? Oh man, yeah. I thought it was just us. We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh man. I'm just joking, guys. I'm joking. I'm trying to liven it up. It feels like a weekend. Really, it's just Thursday.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna actually grab me a beer. I'll be back.
Man, getting crazy.
since we're on Jason's channel, I'm just gonna get trashed. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Let's get Hey, Tracy, are you by your computer? Would you like to go live with us? Jason will send you a link.
Yes, I will. And I know she is. I actually just got off a live a little while ago with her. So.
Oh, really? Man.
Yeah.
I was there.
Whoa. I'm missing something here. Let me go back. Oh, it's 4 hours, though. I don't know if I can
go. Hashtag replay on that one.
Yeah.
Some good nuggets.
nuggets.
The good nuggets got dropped.
Hang on, Tracy. Get me the link.
God damn. I'm looking at my other laptop over here, and I'm looking good with this new internet. Man.
You are a lot clearer than you were before. I'll give you that.
Wow. Now, this is going to be good for interviews. I'm excited.
What are you drinking there, Wade?
It's Mr. Jim.
Jim, I like Jim.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty much empty. I need to go get one more glass. I actually said I'm limited to 2 glasses because I have to wake up early. So
Nice.
Okay. So I'm going to cross posting, but if you guys have questions, put it in chat and Shane will answer them, okay?
Yeah. Me and my Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR.
Like, can we do me a favor? Can we get a ton of questions for Shane? Let's blow them up real quick. In fact, let me see here. Let me quickly do a
Steve Alcorn, Mr. Steve Alcorn. I'm glad to see that you're out of surgery and doing well, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully your shoulder's doing all right.
What's going on, guys? We are Insta live right now, but more importantly, we are live on YouTube. You see this handsome hunk right here? He's got all his hair. We've got 5 people that we're live with on Thrift Trader's YouTube channel. Okay, guys? Welcome in. What's going on? Guys, so we're having a fun time tonight. It looks like there's nothing in there. I promise you there was. Little Black Hanger, my most favorite posture. Little Black Hanger, you'd be proud of me. I am up to 140 listings on Poshmark right now. And yes, I miss you too. Seriously, you're crushing it. I love your new photo down there. Megan, what's going on, Megan? How's the move doing? I'm a little concerned with you though. Are you getting rid of all your inventory? You're not leaving the reselling community, are you? That would be really depressing. But I see this handsome hunk here. Man, they're good looking. They're all taken, guys. They're all taken.
About me, right?
Hi, what's going on? Positive vibes. Love your name, by the way. No, Megan is not quitting. That's good. Country Girl Thrifter, what's going on? Jimmy? Oh man, you should. I want. Only guess what this is. Only guess.
We should never let Wade live when he's drinking.
We are moving, and I have to clear some stuff out. What are you clearing out? Beauty 504. What's going on? My area code's 503, by the way.
We're like in the Matrix.
Pro Flipper. What's going on, my man? You are crushing it. Keep crushing it. Do you sell on Amazon, Wade? I'm a wannabe Amazon seller. You see all these dog washers?
You will be.
I was trying to sell these dog washers on Amazon. It didn't work out very well.
We have
I have a lot. Wade, you're up late. It's all about working, kiddo. It's all about working. You got to work hard. I like your little avatar thingy. All right, guys. Let me point the camera to some more interesting people here. So, guys, go to Thrift Trader YouTube channel. Join us in chat. You see my chats, the chat's right here. We're doing some cross posting, and I just wanted to say hello and give some props to my Instagram peeps. Man, I am sad Dallas lost. Seriously. Anyways, guys, much love, and come join us live, okay? Join us live, especially if you want to learn about these dog washers. All right?
Sell them as cat washers.
So Max asked me, what kind of items are you sending in to Amazon that you're doing $500 a day? The answer is I'm sending in everything. I'm sending in everything I can. Books, retail arbitrage items. I mean, I sent out 298 pounds of light bulbs. I mean, so I'm sending in everything. The more stuff you send in, the more you're going to profit. the more your sales are going to get higher. I'm sending in right now. Probably try to by tomorrow, like 120 books. Probably around $4,000 to $5,000 in profit. So, and then Carol D asked, "Do you bag single books for FBA?" I do not bag any of my books unless they're like a couple $100. I just put them all in a box and I put labels on it and I send them.
When I started, I would bag every book.
Yeah, I just do so many. I just can't. It would take me hours to bag them. You know what I mean? Like
now that I got my scanner, I'm looking for hundreds of books.
Right.
So.
I have like 6 boxes full of books to send in, and I mean, I know one box has like $2,000 in it. So,
what do y'all think, guys? You think that's pretty good, solid picture there?
Very nice.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, I need to get one of them acrylic things that Wade uses for his shoes, but that's fair enough for now.
I had one and I broke it. Tracy, good to see you. Good to
Yes.
Yay. Thank you guys for having me.
I don't think I've ever been on a live with Tracy, and Tracy is
no,
super
we
awesome
haven't.
reseller, and she knows her stuff for sure.
I'm trying.
Hey.
So I'm gonna plug myself just a little bit. I'm Tracy.thrift.it on Instagram, and I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Amazon, and Mercari as of right now. So yeah, that's a little tidbit about me. I've been an eBay seller for 19 years, Amazon seller since about mid-2018, so not quite a year yet, and Poshmark since 2013, but I've only been reselling on Poshmark for about the last 3 years or so. So yeah.
Think about that, guys. 19 years. She's been a reseller on eBay for 19 years.
Did they have paper money 19 years ago? I don't know. That was a long time.
She's an OG of reselling.
Tracy, how did they send you money back then? Did they give you like, little gold like snippets, or like there was no
It's just coins in an envelope back then.
They send you vouchers.
Right.
That is awesome.
I was definitely back in the days of receiving checks in the mail though.
That's wild.
And having to wait 10 days until it posted and then send the stuff out. Yeah.
How many people in chat? Tell me, I want to know we got 35 people watching. How long have you guys been selling on eBay? How many years, guys? Let me know. And hit the thumbs up button for my man. Look at this. Working hard, full time now. Wow.
Smash that like button.
Can't even stop. Well, I can stop to take a drink of coffee. Wait, I'm down with coffee.
What's really sad is I am out of coffee and it snowed here today and then it rained. So it's now all slush and I'm not like, I can drive in it very, very slowly. But I'm not a super experienced driver, being that I'm from Alabama. It like never snowed there. We might have got like 3 inches total per year. So yeah, now that we're getting like, I don't know, like I guess maybe an average of like 40 inches a year here in Fort Wayne.
Dang.
Yeah, this Saturday it's supposed to snow like 5 to 7 inches. So,
I wish we got about 12 or 13 inches last weekend, and we're gonna get another 10 inches this weekend.
Right now we probably have about 4 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy for Alabama.
No, I'm in Indiana now, Fort Wayne.
Indiana. Oh,
So
yeah. I remember that now.
Back up a little bit. I was born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Roll Tide. And so for the last 2 years,
wait.
I got married. I've been in Fort Wayne for 3 years.
Nice.
We can't say Roll Tide in here.
No. This is the Fifth Traders channel. This is Boomer Sooner.
Is Maryville close to Fort Wayne?
I've heard of it, but I haven't been like far outside of Fort Wayne.
I was just in Maryville a couple weekends ago.
Nice.
Chasing that RA.
So yeah, that is another goal for me this year, is to be able to actually travel outside of the Walmarts and Targets in my general surrounding area. I want to be able to go to the outside cities and go. I may not be able to go like out of state to go chase RA, but
Yeah.
I will do better this year than I did last year for Amazon RA.
I was
Or for
picking up
general.
those Annoyatrons at GameStop, and I went to every single GameStop in Chicago, rounded around to Maryville, through Indiana, up through Indiana, down from Terre Haute, up through Indiana, all the way to Maryville, and then rounded all over Chicago like a pinball, and then back down to Joliet, and then home.
So, yeah, I am definitely I'm gonna outdo last year by a long shot. That's my goal. Like, I can get stuff from thrift stores for eBay all day, but I'm gonna definitely, I'm gonna at least double my Amazon.
And that's why, like, people are, you know, like, I'm not even hardly listed on eBay, and I'm still selling on there, like, you know, 60 to 70 bucks a day sometimes. But for me, like, Amazon, I'm making so much money on Amazon. I just can't balance both really good at the same time. You know what I mean?
So much money. So much money.
Yeah. Like, I can't balance both, and I wish I could, but I can't. And so for me, just going into Amazon and hitting it hard, and then listing on eBay maybe when I have time, that's what that's kind of what I do.
Well, my main focus has been clothing for the past, very long time, because I kind of know clothing, and so it's easy, but it's time consuming doing the measurements and taking like 9 or 10 pictures for every single item. So I'm not down in clothing for any. I'm not down in clothing, but I want to start getting more things with barcodes so that it's super easy to scan and see what's sold on Amazon or eBay and send it where it needs to go.
Yep.
Here's the thing. And the thing is like clothing and you know, thrift store, the clothing and shoes and accessories, like the stuff I'm selling and the stuff that I started selling on eBay, like when I first started selling on eBay, all of this stuff is just a door opener. You know, you got to look at it like, you know, it's a way to get started. It's a way to build capital. Okay, absolutely, guys. And once you build your capital up and you've got, you know, good liquid assets in your company, you can start looking at other avenues for resale, because once you're out of the thrift store and doing other things, you'll find that you have bigger and better money, bigger fish to catch that way.
Well, and here's the problem is, like, I'm not down on eBay because I started out on eBay and I love eBay. The thing is I started out with like $20 in my savings account. I was taking pictures on a thrift store sheet I bought for $1. It was a gray thrift store sheet in my garage with floor lamps. And I built capital up through eBay, and I just synced it all back into my business. And when I started Amazon, I had capital to work with. And that's huge to have capital to play with Amazon.
And that's where I think I've grown a lot of my wholesale merchandise. And I kind of say, if it's a bad buy on my wholesale side, I'll just make it up thrifting.
Yep.
But usually they aren't bad buys, so I'm all right.
I do have to say, though, some of my best things that I send to Amazon have come from thrift stores.
Yep.
Like the most profit making. Now, I can go to Walmart and purchase something for $5 a pop and make $30 profit on it. Easy. But how often do you go to a thrift store and find something new and like still manufactured, wrapped in the cellophane for $2 and flip it for $50?
Yeah, it's very few and far between. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you know, I went like one time and bought a pet collar, one of those pet safe collars for 99 cents and flipped it for 100. That's the only one I ever found. That's the only one I ever found brand new in a thrift store.
I've got to say that now I'm not going to say like, because like Walmart things, you tend to find like several and not just one, like in a thrift store. But I went to a Salvation Army Last Chance dollar store that's like half a mile from my house. and I found ink, brand new sealed HP ink for 99 cents. So it was like $1.06 after tax. And as soon as it hit the warehouse, it sold for $52.
Yep.
So I have to say, like, don't knock your thrift store things. Don't think like retail arbitrage is just going to Walmart and Target and your big box stores to find things, because you can find it in thrift stores.
I found a Brooks Brothers sweater, thrift store, $5, sold for $100. And the combo players, VCRs, those are easy money. Amazon all day.
We were just on Jason's channel, and it was Landshark Picker, right? That's his name, Craig. And he was telling us all about his DVD VCR combos and how he does really, really well with those, as long as they have like the remote with them. Sorry, Shane, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, sorry. I was typing. I got an email from someone else typing an email, so I got sidetracked. Yeah, and you can find that stuff in thrift stores. Like, it's not easy, but it's doable. The thing is, you know, you might go into your thrift store every single day and then find it one time a week. You know, when you go to Walmart and you can find one item and buy 50 of them and flip it, like the iHome mirrors, I was buying them for $12.74. $12.74, and I'm selling them. I've sold them for $76 and all the way up to $89 right now. So, like, I think retail arbitrage is good, but if you want to start out slow on Amazon, thrift stores is a good way to do it, because you have to have a pretty big pocketbook to do RA.
That's true.
And one of the tactics I used, I don't ever recommend, but I was putting stuff on credit cards. Once again, do not recommend it to anyone. Like, it's dangerous.
If you're thrifting for eBay and you most likely have PayPal, I recommend using the money you have saved up in PayPal to do your RA. So therefore, you know how much money you have, you know what your limit is, and you don't have to put it on the credit card.
It's a good idea. It's a really good
You can still
idea.
make money, and you can still, like, how they say, like, triple fold your money or whatever they say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like he said, don't put it on the credit card unless it's just like, you know, it's going to make money.
Yeah.
It's got to be big money to recommend that.
It's dangerous. And
yeah.
Sometimes I play with fire a little bit, and it might keep me up a little bit at night, but I still do it.
So Shane, I actually had to recall 5 of my Monopoly games, and Chris and Jason saw this earlier. I actually received one of the games back today. I received one a couple of days ago, and it was in a box that was like the right size to ship that game back in. Okay. Well, Hold on. Let me grab this box, because this is what it came back in, and it's not in here anymore. But the box came back to me looking like this.
What?
I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, I already opened it, so it was more like that, like crushed, and like UPS or whoever sent it back. Like,
were they all in there and intact or whatever? Or?
It was only one game in that box, and it was like I didn't shake it, but obviously you could shake that box, and it was like the game would like bounce back and forth.
How many were supposed to be in there?
Well, I guess I'm getting them back from like 3 or 4 different warehouses, because I got one the other day from one warehouse, which it was in the right size box. And then that one was like, you could shake it around. So I'm kind of wondering, I can't remember exactly how many different warehouses they went to, but quite a few, I'm sure. So I'm still waiting on 3 to come back to me.
Max asked in the chat, where am I sourcing books? Okay, so let me try to be as transparent on this as possible. So I go to thrift stores. I go to garage sales in the summer. Garage sales are amazing for books. And I go to book sales. I also have a agreement with the thrift store, and I'm not going to name it. I'm not going to say where it's at. I actually scan all their unsorted books in whole entire Gaylords, and I pay them a premium for the books. And I didn't get that hookup until like a month ago, maybe a couple months ago. And I built the relationship up, and then I got in touch with the district manager, and it's all relationship building.
I have noticed that in the Goodwills that I have around here in Fort Wayne, they don't have one store like has, you guys may or may not know, like one side of a bookshelf. There's the gray shelf.
Mm.
They have one shelf that has double sides on it. And that's all the books they have. And most of them are cookbooks and kids books.
Goodwill started scanning their books for Amazon.
Yes. And actually okay, so I could basically throw a rock and hit the Goodwill down the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
And they have recently turned the whole like back side of their store has turned into the shopgoodwill.com.
Wow.
Yeah. So they, now not that they haven't already been pricing their boutique items like way super high, like $25 for White House Black Market and $14.99 for LuLaRoe leggings, which I don't buy anymore because they're not really selling that well. But yeah, that's when you know your Goodwill is catching on.
Well,
but you can still find gems that they don't know about yet.
And here's the thing. They might be catching on, but here's the thing. We are going to hit another economic crisis. It is guaranteed probably in the next 5 years. And the shopgoodwill.com will stop getting traction. eBay will get more traction. Right now, people are paying a premium on shopgoodwill.com. People will stop paying that premium once the economy goes kind of down again, because resellers make their most money in a bad economy. When our last economy tanked, I was making a ton of money on eBay selling you stuff.
So to me, it kind of seems like shopgoodwill.com gets they get a good price for the things that they're selling, because they're getting, thousands or millions maybe of eyes on their stuff because they're online.
Yep.
And they're well known.
Mm-hmm.
So, but people walking into a Goodwill are not very likely to buy one particular item for $25.
No. Well, the other thing is, like when you take a thrift store, about 30 to 40% of their customer base is resellers. If you do it all online, you're taking away that customer base, and you have a way less customer base to deal with. And so eventually, like right now, thrifting is like a fad, kind of like people think it's trendy and it's cool. Mm-hmm. Once that ends, where are they at? And I mean, just like Salvation Army, I mean, they closed down several stores last year. Goodwill even closed stores last year. Well, they're having to close stores because they don't have the revenue, and they're not generating revenue because a lot of their good things they're sorting through, they're taking out. People stop going. I haven't been to my Goodwills in forever. I have been to some mom and pop thrift shops. I probably haven't bought anything at a Goodwill in 6 months. And I was going there every week and buying $50 to $80 in clothing in one trip.
I haven't been to Goodwill till since yesterday.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably spend on average $50 to $60 every time I go to Goodwill, which is probably once or twice a week.
Y'all are gonna have
tons of things.
Y'all are gonna have to do like, you ever seen that movie Walk the Line?
Yeah.
With Johnny Cash. You know how they like lock his ass in the room?
Yeah.
To get him off the drugs. Y'all are gonna have to do that to me for thrifting. Serious. Like guard the door with a shotgun.
Dude. That's funny. That is hilarious.
There's a lot of love in chat for me tonight. Nathan, Laura, you guys are going to my meeting. So those of you who don't know, I forgot to do this last live show. I forgot to tell people, but did I tell people? I can't remember. Anyways, so I am renting off a half of a bowling alley February 23rd for a reseller meetup. So I still haven't figured out the particulars because the venue is costing $3,000. So I'm thinking I'm gonna, I have a feeling that me and Chad are, side hustle pros. Basically, we're gonna go through and sit together and go through that. But yeah, it's gonna be amazing. If you guys are in California, however, I mean, you can be in New York and want to drive to this event. If you do, it's gonna be from 4 to 8, 4 hours, bowling, pizza. It is going to be nuts, guys. So yeah, Nathan, I would love to hang out with you, and everybody else that's going. If you guys have questions, reach out to me. But I saw 2 people that said they're going. That's crazy. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. Anybody can come, and it's going to be great. I think there's going to be 60 to 80 people there. It's going to be huge, guys. Huge.
I want to go to a reselling event at Chuck E. Cheese. Is that too much?
All their little dancing bears they're broken.
But bowling alleys, it would be cool. Like people could bowl, pizza. They probably have beer. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, Katie and Vicky. It's gonna be there. I Side Hustle Pros, Portland Pickers.
Heck yeah!
I think a lot of people. Reseller Mom. She said she probably can make it. Rip City, you're coming? Absolutely. You guys, it's going to be crazy cool. eBay's coming. So eBay has a office in Portland, Oregon, I think, or something, and they're coming. So there'll be like 4 or 5 people from the community, community team. So anyways, they'll be coming. Yeah, so dude, I think this is going to be a huge event. And the lane, it's actually like, so in this area, the bowling alley, when I say rent off part of the bowling alley, they've got 2 parts of the building. One, they have 10 private lanes with a private bar, and that's what we're renting off. So you're not going to be with the public. It'll be completely eBay basically gathering. So it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, you guys don't have to worry about catching all the germs from the public.
From the public.
What? Oh, dude, it's going to be great. And if you guys are in Oregon, spread the word. Spread the word if you guys are going to be in Oregon, because Wade's still a baby. All right, there's still a lot of resellers in the Oregon, California, and Washington area that don't know about me. So if you guys have reseller friends that are in that area that can drive or fly or whatever you want to do for 4 hours,
or Uber,
Uber from New York.
I wish I could drive that.
That would be expensive. Mark asked me, have I ever tried a calendar to block out time? No, but it's the time is just like, so I work a full-time job and I do Amazon and eBay and I film daily content for YouTube. So I just don't have a lot. My calendar is kind of in my head. Like I just kind of go with the flow every day. And because I do so much work, like on the weekends, I'm up to 3, 4 in the morning packing stuff and whatnot.
Same. I'm up till like 2 o'clock in the morning doing things for eBay and Poshmark.
Same here. And when I'm at my day job, I'm thinking about reselling.
And we've all been in some private hangouts that has like been till 4, 5, 3, 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah. And then I wake up 2 hours later, like, why did I do that? But it was so much fun.
There was a day, it was like a Wednesday, and me, Scott, and Chris, and Jason were up to like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, or it was like maybe 3:30, and I'm like, I gotta be up at 7 for work. I gotta go.
I gotta go to bed.
I gotta go to sleep, guys. I gotta get at least 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Wade, Rogue Seller asked if you're familiar with Gullendale, Washington.
Well, Laura's back in the chat.
I'm actually not. I'm not, but like I've got people that want to come from Seattle, and this event is a little bit different than normal events. Nothing wrong with normal events. This is going to be a little different in the sense that it is going to be like a lot of events that are put on are kind of like in parks or different places, which is fine. You got to keep the costs low, but this is going to be, it's kind of a major event. And You guys are going to have a blast. There's no structure to it. You'll show up. In fact, if guys, I'll play you a little, right now, I'll play you the actual like place here. I've got it on my phone here. Let's do this shit here. Let's see. All right. Let me turn this up. This is it. So this would be all the private area that we have, guys, at the Portland event on February 23rd, guys. So this would all be sectioned off just for us. It looks big, but it fits 60 people on the lanes at one time. So if we have 60 to 80 people, this would work perfect. So this will all be, and then you get a bar over here, guys. And this would all be sectioned off for all of us resellers. And it's at the Top House here in the bowling alley. So all this would be private, guys. It'll all be our eBay event. So let me know what you guys think if you're in Oregon, Seattle, California. If you what do you guys think?
Dude, that's awesome. What day is the event on? What day?
February 23rd. It'll be a Saturday. I wanted to do that because I know people are like driving from California, Seattle, a lot of local people in Oregon. And so I wanted to do that because I need to give them time to drive back like on a Sunday. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it's gonna be cool. It's we're gonna line all the tables together. YouTube live. So those of you guys who can't make it but want to still experience it, I'll put my computer up, my laptop up, and they'll be live throughout the whole show. I'm gonna try to get some good people. Like Reseller Mom is amazing in Amazon, so I'm gonna try to get her to like speak a little bit towards Amazon. And there'll be a few people there for if you're new to reselling, you can talk to people for different platforms that you're interested in. And I would like to get people that are not even known on social media that have been selling for a while to, like, if they want to, speak as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy cool event. I'm super excited. It's the first event that I've ever like co-hosted in a way. So
that's awesome.
I feel like, yeah, I've got everything on my resume now. I mean, last year I went from, 1,000 people following me on Instagram to now we're almost 20,000, and YouTube's blowing up, and I feel like I've done everything correctly except hosted an event. So I wanted to go big on this one and rent out half of a bowling alley. And I think you don't have to bowl, guys. Also, if you're not good bowlers, I bowl 300, but I can pretend to bowl like 100 if you guys.
What on Wii bowling?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hey. No, I think my best was like 132 or something. It's pretty bad. I had to use bumpers.
We need to have a bowl off sometime.
Yeah, we do.
Can I use bumpers?
I'm not any good. I'm not any good.
You kind of look like a priest right now.
My best score is like a 227.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I haven't bowled in a long time, but me and my dad used to bowl in father-son tournaments. When I was younger. He's in the Bowling Hall of Fame.
Is he really?
That's crazy.
Twice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shane, did you hear me?
What?
You semi look like a priest right now.
Oh yeah. My headphones in.
Well, it's that little I thought it was a white shirt underneath. I guess it's just skin though. It is just, sorry.
Yeah. It did look like a
little white flag.
Oh yeah. Totally did. I haven't bowled in so long though. I would probably throw the ball and throw my elbow out, and then I'd be done for the rest of the day.
I try to throw as hard as possible. I hate when they have the speed readers on the lanes, and I try to push my shoulder.
Try to beat it every time.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm good at is throwing.
Chris doesn't care like what he bowls. He just wants to beat the speed, and he's like, "Let's try to get a 40 this time."
Right.
So I want to try to get in Indiana. Like a reseller meetup together, but I haven't seen enough people really to do anything significant.
Yeah.
By Ohio.
I'm game for that.
If you're do it in Indiana, I would probably come. I mean, I'm in Illinois, so I'm just right across the. I mean, I'm only at 2 hours from Indy.
We could find a central location, and I'm sure we could get a ton of people that way. But like just around the Fort Wayne area, I've probably seen like 5 people in my area respond to anything like that.
We can go to Indianapolis or Plainfield and visit liquidation.com and have a meetup.
Yeah, Plainfield. I'm only like 2 hours from Plainfield.
So yeah, I'm 2 hours from Indy. So That wouldn't be bad for me.
And I could hit up the Shadeland Avenue Goodwill bins.
Right?
Oh, I do that in a heartbeat.
That'd be
Dude,
like
they
the
have,
fifth
they
time
have
I've
like
ever been
5
there.
Goodwill bins in Indy, dude.
And
Yeah,
then
well,
we can go
4.
get YouTube videos at liquidation.com.
Dude, it would be like a YouTube bin extravaganza. They have like
That would.
it's like 4 or 5. I can't remember. It's a lot.
We could rent a bus and travel to all the bins.
Oh,
And we could drink on the way.
oh, we can
Yeah.
know.
They said the screen was locked on my beautiful face. Is that true?
It's not.
I don't think so.
Your face is beautiful, but it's not locked on
Maybe
you.
not now.
Okay.
Do you want to be locked on you, Wade?
No. That's what somebody said.
No,
Chad.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, appreciate that, Nathan. All right. The one thing is I see Shane drinking, but I don't see Chris with a beer, man.
Oh, dude, he's
What
slipping.
is going on?
Oh, there it is, right there.
I'm under the radar, man.
Man, hey, you got to do that when you have kids. You sneak it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I sneak it in their bottle when they're not looking.
That's why they
Got
go
like
to
a
sleep so
secret
early.
No, I wish.
What do you have in there? Little rum drink or what? What's in there?
Who,
Tracy?
me?
No,
Oh, Tracy.
Tracy.
What's Tracy have?
Chardonnay.
I was gonna
Grandia,
say
Grandia box wine.
He's a closet drinker.
Yes, I'm actually
bet
getting
that
in the
cup-
closet
I bet
right
that
now.
cup- I bet that cup keeps it really cold too, though.
It really does. And I was telling Jason earlier on his stream that this closet is super cold. So like when you open this closet, it's like the Arctic chill coming out of here. It's just like walking outside. So I keep
Is
my
that-
box of wine in here so that my mother-in-law doesn't bitch about me having this big ass box of wine in her
Yeah.
refrigerator.
Is that cup an Ozark Trail cup from Walmart?
It is. It's Walmart
Oh.
$4.98. I'm pretty
They
sure I
sell-
got it on clearance for like $1 though.
Yep, and they sell in 4-packs too, and also singles.
Yes, they sell them in 4-packs for like $15.98, and I think
Yep.
they did actually have them on clearance this past
Yeah.
week, but I didn't get any of them because I already have some. So.
Those are a good flip on Amazon, by the way. Those cups will sell.
Yeah,
on
they
it.
are.
So I love my Ozark Trails.
Bobby
Jason, is that
has gear away, man. That's not fair.
Is that a Coors Light, Jason?
It is.
People ask me how much I'm in Walmart. I don't know. I can look at products and say, is that an Ozark Trail from Walmart?
Right, I'm in Walmart a lot because, well, my mother-in-law works there. She's a toy department manager,
Nice.
so I kind of like somewhat know the
work.
deals.
Very nice.
Yeah.
No,
She'll
one of my
text me
videos.
when
One of my
she's talking
videos
about
today, someone asked me, how much do you actually go to Walmart? Well, a lot.
My first deck bin is only half full now.
Heck yeah, dude. Are those fry boots, Jason?
These are not fries. These are actually a
maybe.
brand that I don't even like to pick up, but these Chukkas do nicely. They're Alfani.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
But
I
these
thought they
are,
were fry because that little black logo. I just couldn't see
these
it.
are fry.
I passed the Alfani
Yeah,
cut.
those are gorgeous. Can you guys still see me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, my husband asked if we could turn the bedroom light off. So, yes, I'm recording live from the bedroom. This is where most of the reselling things go down anyway.
I'm trying to sell my $300 boots on eBay. Hopefully they sell soon.
Jason knows I have my Nocona $187 pair up.
Dude, those boots I got up, I scored at a yard sale in like September, and they are just freaking beautiful, man. They are women's vintage. Now I got to look them up because I forgot the name because I drank a beer and now I forget everything.
So, Susie Beach asked us, do any of us have real jobs besides reselling online?
Yeah, I do.
I do not. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
I don't like saying real job. I have a day job. In
Yeah.
addition to what I do.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be there much longer. I mean, another year probably.
Yeah, I went full-time resale January 1st. So,
Heck
Oh.
yeah.
dude, look at this. I'm sure y'all have seen these before. These
Loafer.
are the Gucci men's horse bit loafers I picked up at the Goodwill bins here for $2.25.
What?
You haven't listed those yet, dude?
They're worth $200. I'm listing them now.
Did they have a Goodwill price on the bottom, like a regular Goodwill price?
Nope, they didn't hit Goodwill retail.
At retail, they were probably like $25 or $35. That's what my Goodwill would have had them at.
Here's the boots right here, and I have one watcher on them, and they're vintage Ferragamo boots. And these things are shearling. They go all the way up past the kneecap, like to the thigh.
Look on my boots he's talking about.
They're freaking awesome.
Those are cute.
But
Cute. I don't know why I say cute, but
Gucci loafers. Jason's Gucci loafers are pretty for $2. Frick, you can't beat that.
Jason, what were those fat boy boots I was talking about? Those they weren't boat shoes. What were they
What's that?
that you listed earlier? Those ankle boots. They were really smooth leather.
The chukka boots?
Yes, those.
Men's?
Those were really, really nice. Yeah.
Oh man, I've looked at so many shoes today.
Yeah.
Serious.
Dude,
these aren't it, are they? These brown ones?
No, I think they were more of a matte leather.
Oh shit.
They weren't shiny. Anyway, I can't remember what the name they were. They were super nice.
Were they Doc Martens?
No, I don't think that's what you called them.
Don't know. I'm lost.
They were ankle height. They were really, really cute, but super fat boy.
Heck yeah. Jason, I'll give you mad props, dude, though. Every time I went to the Goodwill bins, I could never find a pair of shoes. It's like few and far between for me.
Yeah, our shoes are junky at mine.
I mean,
I've only been to the indie. Go ahead, Jason. Sorry.
I've heard from 1,000 different people that I'm very fortunate with the way my bins,
Yes.
the product that's found in my bins.
Yes, you totally are, dude, because I can find a lot of clothing, a lot of vintage clothing. In Indianapolis, I can go to Shadeland Avenue and find a ton of vintage clothing. I found a Jeff Gordon shirt there that I flipped for like $37. Like 90s shirt, but shoes, they just around there, they're just jumped up, you know.
Yeah.
I found at the last time I went to the Shadeland bins, I found an Under Armour dry fit. I think it was Captain America shirt, but it was definitely Under Armour, and I sold that thing for $60. I probably paid 50 cents for it.
Anything at the bins that's Under Armour, grab it unless it's snagged.
Yeah, I went to Shadeland Avenue and found a hat that I flipped for $60,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a vintage Indianapolis Colts hat, and it was corduroy, and I flipped it for it was 50 or 60 or something like that. It was crazy.
Nice.
I mean, for my bins, the biggest items to grab are the bags, ties, hats, and they're all in one. So that's the first thing to go to because the hats are amazing. I picked up a rattlesnake private island hat.
What?
Sold it for $40. I have no idea what it is.
That's crazy.
So I mean, you know how many hats I find from there that are free that I sell for $20 to $40? It's crazy.
You're paying 10 cents for a hat, you know, when it comes out to it, maybe 25 cents, you know.
And I mean, if you go to the bins too, easy money is for our bins at least. There's Imaginext toys, and they have the big sets. They have Batman. You know, you could easily, if you wanted to, and you had the space, get them all, sell them locally, $5-10 a piece. And the other thing you could do is you can get sports equipment. Go to your Play It Again Sports and sell it for $10 and just consistently do it.
See, I don't ever think about that.
Steady cash flow.
That's crazy. Yeah, hats are always usually especially in Indy. If I go to Shadeland Avenue, I'm looking for hats and t-shirts.
Hats pay the bills, man.
And The last time I went to Shadeland, I haven't even listed them yet because I have a clothing death pile. I found 2 pairs of vintage Levi's orange tabs jeans.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. If it's vintage clothing, man, it's Shadeland Avenue all the way.
Why do you think that is, though?
When you pull something that's awesome. Like you find something, you're like, oh man, this is great.
Yeah.
So what do you think it is about the Shadeland store area that is vintage clothing?
I think that I don't really know, because from what I've heard, I don't know how true this is, so don't hold me to it. I heard that different Goodwill bins that pulls from different Goodwills, and it's usually like the same region every time. So if Shadeland's pulling from the same region, it's probably some older towns that it's sending their stuff there. And let's face it, the Goodwill bins right now is where you want to be at. The stores are overpriced. All the stuff is going there.
Hey, here's the deal with my bins, okay? And it's not like this everywhere else, but this is the reason why mine. I think this is the reason why mine has so much good stuff in it, is because the majority of the stuff that I am finding doesn't even have tags on it from like where it was in Goodwill retail. I think Goodwill in my area is getting so bombarded with donations that even their retail stores don't have the room for all of it. So they're actually like only a portion of it is going to retail, and the rest of it is getting liquidated direct from donations.
I seen a similar piece at Shadeland, Tracy. Some of the stuff I had bought had no Goodwill tags. Some of it did. But I think that because a lot of it, like I bought a Jeff Gordon shirt there and it was priced at $10 and it was in the bins. I'm like, yeah, it's because it was $10.
I'll take this for 50 cents. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I sold it for 37. I mean, people buy that stuff on eBay, but it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Right, because there's millions of ads on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And someone that really wants it, like Jason's Gucci loafers, they're not going to give 2 shits of where it came from.
No.
See,
I mean, you don't have to tell them.
No.
So.
No. No.
Like, for instance, these women's Tony Llama boots, there's absolutely nothing wrong with these. They've got a lot of decoration to them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they didn't sell in retail. The thing is they didn't go to retail. They just went direct from the bins from a donation.
I love Tony Llama boots.
So I have a question for you guys. How many of you, I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. Wine. Sorry. I'll get my question back in a minute.
How many of you?
It's the wine. Sorry. We haven't heard.
Here on my end.
I don't know. I still hear you.
Yeah. You disappeared. Everybody else just like bounced. Hopefully they come back. What happened?
Somehow.
Weird.
I got notification said there was an error with the call.
Yeah, I never left, but
hey, your thing was doing that earlier.
Can any of you get into your sales on eBay, your shipments right now?
Yeah.
Hold on,
it says page 404 error on mine.
Just on the sold screen?
Yeah, you go to my eBay and type in print shipping label, and it'll say page not responding.
Let me click print shipping. Yep. I'm there. No issues here.
I saw that eBay was having a lot of issues this morning.
Yeah.
I didn't personally have them, but
yeah, it's saying I can't get into my shipping right now because it's so I guess I'm not going to ship these items tonight, and then they can just not give me a bad credit on my account.
I remember my question.
He's back, Carol.
How many of you have ever had anyone ask where you get your inventory from? like customers on eBay or Poshmark or wherever.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I have.
I tell them from the store.
I get this message a lot sometimes, and people they'll see my storage unit videos and they'll be like, "Hey, I know you got this from storage units. You know, it's kind of listed high in good words." And I'm just like, it doesn't matter where I got it. It just depends on, like, you know, what the item's worth. That happens a lot. Yeah.
But how do you actually answer the customer?
Well,
like if somebody messages you on eBay and says, "Hey, I'm just wondering where you got this item from," like, would you say I source estate sales and garage sales and stuff like that? Like, I don't know if I would say a thrift store.
I scour the state of Oregon so I can get treasures for everybody. You know.
Yep.
Yeah,
I never got
good. Yeah.
I've never got that question before.
My eBay page says that, you know, I'm a personal shopper and I scour the state of Indiana for good deals for you at reasonable prices and stuff like that.
I've had someone message me about a polo shirt and said, "Why are you selling this?" Like, I didn't answer it. I'm like, really? You're gonna ask me?
Sold something. You guys need to drink up.
I feel like they're trying to figure out, like, you listed it as good condition, you know, good wearable condition or whatever, but they're trying to figure out, like, if there is actually a flaw behind it. I
sell and used to sell a lot more. Like, I used to be heavy into vintage clothing. I would get that question a lot because vintage clothing is highly faked. And I had this Mariah Carey shirt. I sold it for $135. It was from her first concert. Yeah, Mariah Carey. It was from her first concert, and it was just a really rare shirt. Found it in Goodwill, and it was legit. I made sure it was legit. I checked the tags. I checked, you know, everything, and it
like
all.
For her first concert ever.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And it all matched up. So I had 3 questions. Where did you get this? And I said, I look all over to buy items from estate sales, from closeouts, and also from liquidations from houses, and also other areas. And that's what I do. This is where I sourced it from. And I know it's rare. And if you have any other questions, I'd love to answer them. And they usually just never say anything.
I hate when I put no stains, rips, or tears on my shirt, clothes, and someone messages me and they go, "Are there any stains on this?"
Right. Like, did you actually read the whole description?
That's in the condition too.
I'll top you guys. You ready? 2 things.
Are you going to drop the mic on this one? Are you going to drop the mic on this one?
No, I can't. Hey, yeah, of course you had to bring that up. All right, we got 39 people watching. Guys, I'm not going to name names, but somebody was making fun of my dropping the mic on another channel, and that's just sad because that's what I love doing. I love dropping the mic. I mean, look.
You have so many dents in that mic from dropping it so much.
Yeah, this mic's got like even dents in it from me dropping the mic for you guys. All right. But all reality, though, make fun of Wade. Make fun of me as much as you want because life is short. You got to smile. Okay, so I got an email. I had this pair of Nike shorts. There's blue tag, so 80s basically, and somebody, it was messed up, man. It had so many stains, but people will buy this stuff to you know, that they've got, you know, ways they can get out the stains. Maybe they like repurpose it. I don't know. When you get older Nike like that, people will pretty much do anything, collectors, stuff like that.
They probably
but he messaged me and he's like, "Don't get any of the stains out. In fact, don't wash this item at all." And I don't know why he said that because I listed it that way. Because I want the stains. So if everybody get those, you know, stain fetish people, that's why I'll list if it's a unique item, regardless of stains, I'll put it in the listing that there's a lot of issues. and I know that the stuff will sell. Also, every once in a while, Shane, I actually do get people that buy an item from me and say, this is fake. But then I just contact eBay and I'm like, look, they claim this is fake. You can look at my account. I sell, most of my store is Nike. Like I sell a bunch to collectors all around. And I've never had an issue. And then they look at it and they debunk that pretty quick. But that comes with time. And that also comes with like just the fact that you're, a mature account. I think the reps look at it and be like, look, if this guy sold thousands of Nike items and they can see how much you sell and what you sell. And one person out of that thousands claiming fake, I'm sorry. Like who makes them an expert, right? So anyways, that's kind of thing.
You're exactly right. I think your account longevity has a lot to play in that and how much you sold. 100%.
I had that with Ralph.
What's for dinner? Wait, that was a snack. Don't tell Ashley. She says I snack too much. Ashley, are you a lurker, honey? Are you lurking in chat? I know you're lurking in chat.
Okay, y'all gotta help me out here.
I'm hoping that I didn't disconnect.
No,
what's
you
up?
didn't, but
You didn't. You're still there.
You gotta help me out here though, because when we all disconnected and then we all came back, for some reason it messed up the tiles, like where like when somebody talks it moves from person to person as they talk. It's not doing that. It's always stuck on me now unless I manually do it.
Are you click on yourself?
It's flipping back from person to person for me. Just fine.
Yeah. It's changing for me too.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's just me.
I see Wade.
But hey, Jason, I prefer it on you the whole time, man. You look just magentic taking photos there.
We won't tell him. We won't tell him about Tim's photos.
Yeah, you look magentic over there. You guys see how strong he looks holding that camera, taking those photos? Man, you guys are lucky.
Jason,
go ahead, Chris.
When I was watching Jason earlier, when he was the only one on at like 4 o'clock, he's sitting there taking pictures, and it's like, is he frozen? Is the video frozen? Because he hasn't moved in like 2 minutes. He was concentrating so hard on taking pictures. It was awesome.
But those pictures turned out amazing.
Take a picture.
You see him at the gym?
So I do have a little bit of a fetish buyer thing going on. Not right now, but in the past, probably like 3 or 4 months. On Facebook Marketplace, I listed 9 packs of adult diapers on Facebook Marketplace because I did not want to send them into Amazon just because the weight would kill me and I wouldn't make any profit. So I put them on Facebook Marketplace, and this guy started messaging me about them, and he looked like he was about like, I don't know, our age, like 35 or so, whatever, And I was like, all right. So, and I was expecting him to say, I'm going to come get him. And the very next thing I got was a picture of him wearing an adult diaper with some, with some like, I couldn't tell what it was. It was kind of blurry, but like you could tell there was some kind of like cartoonish kind of things on it.
Sorry, guys. I had to get a little snack.
Yeah, it was really weird because he was laid back on this weird mattress. You can go look on my Instagram. It's tracy.thrift.it if you want to go look at it. This guy was kicked back on this mattress without a sheet on it, with his legs all kicked up so that you could plainly see him wearing this diaper.
That is disgusting.
It was.
Here, right?
Yeah.
It was on Instagram, yeah.
I would have marked it up like 50%. I said, fine. There you go.
I mean, I sold them to someone else because that guy was clearly trying to like fetish me and all that stuff. I don't know, but he was not the one that bought them. It was some other woman that came and bought them. So, yeah, that happened. So there are definitely fetish people with diapers.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that I won't list them again if I find them, but.
How much did you list them for?
I don't remember. I think I paid like $2.50 a pack for them, and I had 9 of them. So I don't know, probably like double that cost.
That listing would instantly went up $150.
I was gonna say no shame in the game.
Or you can go to Walmart and explain why you're buying them there. $150 extra.
Hey,
Here,
we're gonna YouTube video when I sell you these diapers.
Since the camera's not moving, we're gonna put it on Tracy. She's the prettiest of all of us. So I'll go on Tracy for a little bit, and then I'll move it over to somebody else here in just a minute.
So Jason gets to see my lovely face for a minute. That's kind of scary.
Oh, say can you see?
It's changing.
So Kent brought up the ass pad. So are ass pads a thing at Walmart?
I can't find ass pads at Walmart.
I found ass pads at Walmart.
That's your intro.
God always finds the ass pads at Walmart. Like I'm over here like, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sitting over here like, what the fuck is? Sorry. Sorry. I'm like, what is an ass pad?
There's two kinds. There's two kinds. There's a woman's and there's a men's. The men's sell for more.
How are they different?
Well, I really don't know. But when you go and buy 5 boxes of men's ass pads, the cashier looks at you a little funny.
The women's or the men's?
The men's. I went into one store and bought, it was about over the summer, and bought 5 boxes of men's ass pads, sold them for $40 a piece. And the cashier, I mean, it says, you know, what it does about anal leakage right in the front of the package. She looks at him and looks at me, and I'm like, that's all. Thanks.
Where is that located?
Shane, you need to say you sprung a leak.
I know. All right. Got a leaky pipe.
So do I find those in like the men's and women's like incontinence diapers, or do I find those near like the feminine
bottom right corner? At least where I was.
Is that near like the fish tanks?
I will tell you off air.
Okay.
Thrift. F-bombs and ass pads.
Oh God.
All right, y'all need to calm down in the chat. All right, calm down.
I can only find the women's ones.
You're right,
at Walmart, the women's ones are in clearance, and they're also potentially with the incontinence stuff. But there's some other places you can look. But Scott, on one of the places, has sworn me to secrecy, and I am not allowed to say it.
That's fair. You got to make that money.
My ass pads.
They're by the crackers.
Right down from the crackers and across from the milk.
They're by the meat. Or the corn dog.
Holy crap. Dude, I'm like surrounded by a mountain of shoes right now.
You've been picturing shoes for like 6 hours.
Man, and I've got another 24 hours of shoe picturing to go.
He's got like 2 more of those big bins, man.
Jason, last time you were on the show, I think it was Wednesday, you were on a live show. Your bin was almost to the ceiling.
I got 3 plumb full right now. 3 of them.
After I spend all this Amazon stuff in, it's going to take me a couple hours. I'll never have to touch it ever again. It's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Kent, what do you mean by sugar-free gummies? Are you talking about gum or gummies?
Like Haribo gummies?
Like Scott's gummies.
Or Denver, Colorado gummies?
Because I need some Denver gummies.
I definitely need some of those.
It's so weird. I wish this dang thing would change on its own.
It's changing.
No, it's not. Well, only when I see, I just moved it off of you, Chris, and it's just on me. The
Rogue Seller asks, "What's my day job?" So I work in sales right now. I worked 2 years in law enforcement, and I did 9 years in retail management, and then went to a sales job so I could focus more on reselling.
Laura Cohn says, I'm in Seattle. We have special gummies here.
Nice. Soon in Illinois, it'll be recreational legal, hopefully. And
I haven't done my research on Fort Wayne or Indiana, I should say.
Indiana is a very conservative state.
Say that again, Shane.
Indiana is a super conservative state. I don't think they'll ever do it. It'll be like one of the last ones, I bet.
Did it? Oklahoma's very conservative, and we just did it.
Yeah. I don't know. I worked for the state of Indiana for 2 years, and I lived in Indiana for 2 years. They might do it, but the way they are at the state level, I don't know.
That would be my luck.
They're very strict. Indiana is one of the most strict states I've ever seen with laws. For instance, there was a guy that robbed 4 gas stations with a water pistol, and he got 150 years in prison.
Oh, my God.
Well, you got to look at it this way. You know, the people that he robbed had no idea that was not a real guy.
Right. Well, yeah.
It's still a threat to their life.
Right. But if it would have happened in Illinois, it wouldn't have been that. Maybe 10 max. Yes, it's cereal, and
Yes, I'm Jeff Collard. I'm sure that the nursing board does frown on gummies.
Yeah, that's the one thing. But when I lived in Indiana for a couple of years, it was the laws are strict. I'm like, wow.
So Shane, I am ashamed to say that I've missed. What did you do here, and why did you live in Indiana?
It's a good question. So I usually don't really talk about a whole lot, but I worked for the DOC for 1 year, and I was on the emergency rapid response unit for 1 year. And so it's a tactical squad in Indiana that aids the state police and basically whatever they need. So I did
like,
that for a year.
Not medical or like.
So we did high profile politician transports and also active shooter scenarios.
Oh, okay.
So it was a tactical based SWAT team.
Gotcha.
And we would do like escaped prisoner track downs. If there was a riot at a prison, we get called out. If a state trooper was under fire and couldn't, so in Indiana, there's these little towns have like 10,000 people, and they have one town marshal. That's all they have.
Oh gosh.
And we were in southern Indiana, so if a town marshal, was trying to serve a warrant, and he got, he was getting shot at, well, guess what? They would call us. Because the Indy SWAT team was still 2.5 hours out.
Right.
We were 30 minutes out.
There you go.
So I did that,
and then
I worked at a sheriff's department in Illinois for about 1.5 years, and then I went into retail, and I did retail investigations at the store level and at the corporate level for 9 years.
So this might be a personal question, Shane, and you don't have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do right now for your job?
I work in sales. So I left retail. I was an executive manager for Target for 2 years. My job got eliminated, so I left, and I'm doing sales. Just Monday through Friday. Took a gigantic pay cut, but I could have went out and got another corporate job. I wanted to focus on selling and reselling in my business, because at the end of the day, that's more money then
Right.
your income's kind of like unlimited. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It depends on how much you go out and source.
Yeah.
No, don't let Shane lie to you. That boy's a drug dealer. That's why he says the income's unlimited.
So we
You know
haven't
I
heard from Wade in a while. What's Wade doing?
He's probably
He's
snacking again.
He's chewing.
He's snacking. He's snacking.
Guys, can we get an interesting question for Wade in chat? We have 45 people watching. I'm going to give it the next 4 minutes. Anybody that wants to ask anything reselling related, non-reselling related, personal, non-personal, if you guys have questions for Wade, I will do a little Q&A session real quick. Little
Right,
Q&A.
so while we're waiting on that, Frontier Flipper says, I went to culinary school and got my associate's degree and don't use it due to reselling addiction.
Like, man.
Wait.
Uh,
Can I ask you an interesting question?
no,
Same,
that's only for the people in chat. But yeah,
Right.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna put it in the chat real quick. Hold on.
Okay,
No,
make it official.
I'm gonna make it official.
Hey, Wade, Kent wants you to sing Baby Shark.
Oh my God, I would blow that shit out of the water. Oh, what? See, the wife is lurking in chat. What's the favorite thing you eat in the shower?
Oh man, that was my question. Ah,
Was it really?
yeah, I was typing in what is your favorite entree in the shower.
Okay, I'll answer that. Am I lagging?
Pork chop.
I'm not lagging, am I?
No.
You're good.
Am I lagging?
No.
No, you're good.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you are.
How many
All right,
times
well,
does your mom
before
go
you-
with you, Wade? How many times does your mom go with you?
Hang on, Wade. We lost you.
Hold on, guys. The chat is lagging. Hopefully, I'm not lagging.
I don't think you're lagging, Wade.
Oh,
Maybe I was lagging.
1 second. Did I freeze?
no, you're good. Wade, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Am I freezing?
No,
Nope.
you're
No.
good. You're all good.
Okay, because you guys are freezing on my end.
That
Oh,
is weird.
no.
Wade's internet is now so powerful it crashes every Google Hangout that you go into.
I did hang out. Everyone else's.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna run through these. Holy cow! I got a lot of them. Okay. How many times does your mom go with you? Are you referring to like just outsourcing? I'd like to spend time with my mom. My dad passed away when I was 4, so she's all I have. Did I lag? Okay. Yeah. Ice cream in the shower. What's your view on the Netflix show? I know nothing about that Netflix show other than the dude sells fake stuff or something like that. Am I correct on that? I don't know. I could be wrong.
Depends on what show they're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. You're live again. Nice. I'm live again. Wade. There's no other questions? Oh.
That person was talking about, Wade, what's your view on the Netflix Slobby show? And how he can get away with reselling bootleg stuff.
Look, people, I disagree with it personally. I mean, myself, I'm surprised that that's a show. But I think that, hey, it's just like anything, right? People can't afford Gucci. They can't afford Louis Vuitton. But they still want the look. And there needs to be a place where they can purchase that stuff at discounted rate. Like, for example, we went to Mexico and bought this duffel bag or this big suitcase thing. That's a Louis Vuitton for Cade, but I didn't want to spend $600 on a real one for my kids. So I went and bought a fake one from Mexico. So of course I'm not going to sell that, but it's just an outlet for people to purchase stuff that necessarily isn't the real stuff, but is a little cheaper. I do think, though, if you buy fake stuff and you sell fake stuff, then that is kind of a little bit of a shadow of how you are as a reseller. And I don't mean to be mean about that, but I think that, you do definitely need to sell legit stuff. But I guess there is a market for fake stuff too.
No, it's true though.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that your things are legit.
Yeah. But you know, for me, I'm a big fan of, you know, you'll only see me wear real stuff, except, you know, when it makes sense. You know, if you're going to be buying a suitcase for your kids, I mean, I'm all for buying the fake stuff too. So
if you choose to buy the things and you know it's fake, that's one thing. But sellers who sell things who are mocking the brand,
yeah,
I think as long as it doesn't actually say the brand name on it, but it's very similar, and you go into it buying it knowingly. Like if they have a shop set up in the mall and you go in and buy it looking like, but not saying Michael Kors or Louis Vuitton or whatever, that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't think that you should. I don't think online is a place to sell fake stuff, because what's going to happen is if I have 100 items that are fake, and even though I blast it on the description, I blast it in the conditions that it's fake, you're still potentially going to get a buyer that doesn't read that thinking it's real, right? So I think that online, there's no place for fake stuff as a seller. However, if you have a brick and mortar location, people walk in, they're walking in knowing that stuff is fake because it's probably blasted all over. And before they purchase it, they're going to know. So at that point, I don't see necessarily something wrong with it. But the show itself, I'm surprised they went that way, because, you know, in a way, I don't necessarily agree with the show. I thought that it'd probably be a better spinoff to do actual resellers, you know, that are selling stuff day in, day out. I think that would have been more of appeal. And who wants to be associated with starting to show up that sells fake stuff? I don't know. That's really bizarre. But Netflix is branching out. They need to create their own shows. You know, Marvel in that area is no longer going to be there. So I understand that the direction. Do you sell on Amazon? Your boy Wade I do sell on Amazon. I'll pull up my Amazon account. I've got like 6 or 7 reviews. That's one of my goals this year, is to sell more on Amazon. And then my last question is...
You had a question asked, Lauren Kahn asked, how supportive has your extended family been with the career change for you?
Huge. I could not have done it without them. Here's the thing, guys, is you've got to find out when you do reselling, and you won't know this right away when you first start. When you first start reselling, what I mean by that is you take it from a hobby to a business. When you take it from a hobby to a business, you're not going to know right off the bat what you're not good at necessarily, because you're still kind of, you know, filling it out. It's different level when you take it to a business as opposed to just doing a few items here and there that you're selling as a hobby. So going into full-time transition, there's things I'm good at and there's things I'm horrible at, and I'll admit that. And, you know, the things that I'm horrible at, you've got to understand that, do I hire that portion out? You know, do I have friends and family help me? And for me, my support system is definitely my family. So Ashley drops off my packages when I need to. Mom helps me list, and she does like women's clothing, that stuff that I cannot stand doing. You know, my brother helps, right? He owns a roofing company here in Portland, and they rent those massive dumpster containers, basically, where they put the roofing material in. And what I'll do when I do storage units is that's a big cost where I don't have to necessarily, sometimes I do, but most of the time I can throw the stuff in there and not have to pay dump fees. So yeah, support system's great. I think a lot of people fail in that regard though, because they don't want to. People naturally have a tendency to want to do everything within their business, right? And even though there's something that they lack in, they don't want to hand over the reins to somebody else, possibly because they don't think they're going to do a good enough job. But that was one thing that I struggled in at the very beginning, and that I think I excel in now. Understand what you're good at, and also let go and let family, coworkers, you know, employees, let them do some of that stuff that you hate doing. So anyways, long-winded, they were massive, and I don't know if I can do it without them. So
Susie Beach says that she used to sell Hermes Birkin bags on eBay, and she did not sell them as real. She says she sold them to people who had lots of money and already owned several, and to people that did not want to pay $10,000 again. I get that. But that's how she lost her first eBay account.
Yeah, for me, it's like, okay, here's the thing. It's like, I don't understand selling fake. And I, again, I don't mean to be rude, guys, if any of you guys do or have, but there's so much out there. There's so many products out there. For example, I'm always, everybody's always like, oh, I can't sell Nike. I can't sell Adidas. I can't sell this stuff to Amazon. Like, but there's millions of other products that you guys can pick and choose from. In fact, sometimes it's best not to go with the crowd and do something different. And and it seems like every successful thing that I've done has not been what the typical public thought was great, right? Like everything that I've done has always been against the grain, and it's always, I mean, think about that. Sit down and think about like everything that you've done in your reselling journey. Has it been what the public has done, or have you done something differently where the majority of the people don't do? And I'll think that you'll find that most of the stuff that you guys don't do is what really makes you successful in what you do. So for me, it's like, if you can't sell something because, like Nike, yeah, I would love to sell Nike to Amazon, but I'm gated. So I've got to find something else. And I think that a pivot to that would be home goods. Way less sexy. I mean, who wants to pick that crap up, right? But that saying, there's a lot of money in it, and not a lot of people do it. So just like, hard goods, you're going to find that hard goods sell extremely well on eBay because the majority of people are doing, a lot of people doing hard goods, but a good portion of them are doing clothing, right? And so, for Chris, he's one of the only sexiest guys in the United States that puts on makeup live, right? And so he's got upper
video coming. You better stay tuned.
Yeah, he's got upper hand because he can sell makeup where most guys can't, right? Maybe there's a Poshmark for men that comes out next month, and
coming, leading the charge.
Yeah, you have to be a man to do it, and I mean, who's else going to sell makeup on there? So I don't know, guys. Like, just figure something out and be against the grain, and you'll do well.
Wait, to your point though, I mean, you think about hard goods. You know how many people shy away from electronics because the masses cry about returns?
Yep.
I have probably 1% returns on my massive electronics.
I don't shy away from electronics. Look at this.
Oh my God.
You just told us
the whole wall. That's the whole wall.
I have to stop you guys for just a second. Yeah, Wade, what you're about to talk about. Wade, don't be a hypocrite. You just said you bought fake bags. Yeah. You can't have it both ways.
Talk about that.
He's not reselling the fake bags.
Yeah. Susie, he's saying that he didn't buy them for resale. He bought them for personal use, and he didn't buy them online. He was talking about it was okay. He sees the point in reselling bags off of the internet, like in your own brick and mortar store, just not online. There's not a place for it online.
The reason I brought that up is I disagree that you should be able to sell fake stuff online, because the margin for error of somebody that does not know it's fake is there. But it's virtually impossible to sell something unless you do not disclose it. It's virtually impossible to sell something fake in the flesh. And that I do not necessarily, I think that's fine, right? As long as you're disclosing while the person's in front of you that it is in fact fake, that you're buying a fake option here, that's a great way to go, because people want to save that money. But I am completely against selling fake stuff online, because the fact is you can get somebody that, we all know people don't read the description and they don't read the title no matter what platform you're on. And I would hate to see somebody buy something fake online and then not know it, right? So that's the whole point. That's what I'm saying is I see the market, but how do you make it where it's bulletproof, where you're not scamming people? And the only way to do that is to be in the flesh, and right before they purchase it or while they're purchasing and say, this store is fake, you're going to be buying a fake item. You know that, right? And if they hand their money over, just like anything, then that, that's confirmation that they want to buy that item. Then I'm completely fine with that.
Well, let me just clear something up, Susie. The reason why you got kicked off of eBay in the first place for selling a fake item, I see you said you didn't misrepresent them. You sold them as fake. Here's the problem, though. It's against eBay's terms of service to sell anything that's counterfeit. Okay, and because of that, that's why eBay kicked you off.
If I'm the brand owner, I don't want people faking my stuff. I don't blame them.
Right. Well, and you got to look at it like this too. Like, if you sell something as fake and a buyer opens a authentication claim, they're going to rule with the buyer.
Of
Because
course.
it's against their terms anyway. And then it's going to flag you, and then you're going to be on the radar.
Think about people selling those fake Nintendo games. I mean, you get those crappy Nintendo games that kind of look like the real thing,
Yeah.
but blocky and all that. I mean, you don't want that. So,
Right.
Like,
I mean,
like,
Susie, honestly, just count your blessings, honestly, Susie, because what you did, I mean, as far as I understand it, it is illegal to sell counterfeit goods. I mean, is it depending on the circumstance, I can understand why someone might, okay, but I mean, just count your blessings. You may have made a lot of money when you did, but it's still, at the end of the day, it still doesn't make it right. And the good news is you didn't get into a lot of trouble. So just count your blessings.
yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
That's why anymore, like those insanity sets, like if
P90X.
you look them up, eBay will flag them because there was a huge rash of people selling fake ones from China.
Yeah. Well, it's like you could search any jersey, right? You search I want a Montreal Canadiens jersey. You Google it, you get these websites that appear to be in the United States and they appear to be legit NHL represented merchandise. It doesn't get to you for 3 weeks, and you see an international charging a credit card. It's no different.
Yep.
So, just a little bit ago, Wade was talking about finding a niche that is less saturated to really kind of build a business in. And I got to tell you, people, not many people like messing with somebody else's old shoes, and I think I'm really killing the game with these things, y'all.
Yeah, you are.
I want to see a picture of you just like with 500 pairs of shoes.
Like,
Swimming in.
what was that movie with Kevin Spacey with the butter with the roses?
Oh yeah, just like running, just frolicking in a field of shoes instead of flowers. How about that?
Stinky shoes.
I do have to say though, like I don't get shoes for like $2 like you do, Jason.
I'm not kidding you.
Unless I go to yard sales, I don't get them that cheap. The cheapest I would get them is like $6.49 plus tax.
But see, there's you know how many shoes I probably walk by. I don't know about shoes, and I know there's profit there. And what you're pulling, I mean, you've taught yourself. You taught like, hey, just like polo shirts, right? These are profitable. I know, bam, bam, bam. I know those. I walk by them every day. I know I do.
I'm still waiting to go into a thrift store and happen upon that magical pair of teaks.
Yeah.
Still waiting on that $150 sale.
I look at shoes. I'm like, man, those are probably amazing. Those are like $100. I look them up. They're like $20.
Okay, I cannot tell you. There's been a few times leaving my bins where I've done so well at my bins that like I'm just piling shoes in the back of my car, right? And like the whole way home, I'm like, man, somebody's gonna like take a picture of me and post it all over social media saying like, look at this dude that's got a crazy foot fetish, you know? My car's overflowing with shoes.
You're gonna be like the people of Walmart for shoes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Like
Jason, do you ever have anybody ask you if you can try the shoes on?
No, but I have had people ask me not to clean them at all any more than I already have.
There's some people in my bins, what they'll do is they'll go to the shoe bins, they'll fill their carts up to the brim. One guy in front of me purchased 2 carts, $130 each. Like, what are you doing with those things? They looked awful.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, like your car packed to the brim and like, kind of similar to like, a hoarder like's got a car full of trash. You ever seen that happen? Like where
somebody pulled up beside me like that today.
Full of trash in the back seat. I mean, you can't even see through the windows. It's so bad. Like my car's been like that once with shoes, and like it's so like I don't know. I feel really weird. Like people are staring at me going down the road.
The person who pulled up beside me yesterday went to the Dollar Salvation Army Last Chance store. It's very much like the Ben's, but it's a lot smaller. It's like a regular Salvation Army store. The person who pulled up beside me looked like they'd been wadding up their hamburger papers and just tossing them over their shoulder. And it was like up the window. It was ridiculous looking.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything that looked like they could sell for profit. So I didn't feel like they were resellers. I felt like they were just like trash hoarders.
Yeah, there's a fine line between hoarding and reselling.
Yeah, it was disgusting looking.
Funny.
I will say right now, though, that my screen is locking. It's locked on Jason, but only because I clicked on his picture at the bottom. It was locked on Chris. So now I feel like I'm locked on Jason, even if somebody else talks. And I didn't change any settings.
I'm sorry you unlocked yourself from me.
Chris, I'm changing myself back to your beautiful face right now.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sitting here like actually manually moving you guys. I don't know if that's doing any difference or what.
See, I hear Jason right now, but I'm seeing Chris.
That's not a bad thing.
That's a great question for Mark, my man. Any tips on what you look for shoes?
Any tips? You really want the cleanest shoes possible. I mean, like the less work you have to do on them, the better, because work takes time and time is money. Okay. Sometimes I even get shoes that have a little dirt on them, and I don't even do anything with them, only because I know what the value is. And as I'm taking clean, crisp photos, I'm gonna mention it in the comment section, and the buyer's gonna buy it as is. I mean, of course, I offer returns, but they know what they're getting beforehand. Okay, but with shoes, really just start comping a bunch of brands. Like, just go to the thrift store and start comping different brands and see what sells good. Here hopefully in the next month, I've been really tied up with a lot of other things, but I'm right in the middle of making a men's Bolo shoe brand list that's A to Z. It's literally going to have probably close to around 300 brands that sell very well on eBay. And it's going to have the average sell price. It's going to have let me think here. What am I trying to say? It's going to have the average sell price. It's going to have the average time that it takes to sell it. So like the sell-through rate, and it's going to have the brand, and it's got a lot of research. It's taken me a lot of several hours to get to, like, I think I'm on letter K or L of the alphabet. So I mean, there's 15 to 20 on average, about 15 to 20 brands in every letter, and it's going to be huge. It really is.
Jason, Mark Corbett has a good tip for you. Wait, no, sorry. Jeff Collar says shoe tips: one left and one right.
One left and one right. Oh yeah.
Didn't you do that earlier today?
Yeah, I had a couple of military boots that were nearly identical, but they weren't quite. And a couple pair, and I started to like picture the boots with the left shoe of one pair and the right shoe of the other, but I caught it in the middle of doing it, so I was able to fix that.
You know what I did about a month ago? Everybody makes mistakes, even no matter how seasoned of a seller you are. I bought a pair of loafers at an auction, a bunch of shoes at an auction, and I sold them, and they were 2 left feet, and one was a size 13 and one was a size 12.
Oh yeah, I've done that several times. Well, several times, but a few times. Yeah, I've come home after, like, I picked up this nice pair of men's Allen Edmonds shoes, and like they were really good style too. Like, they sold for like 80 something bucks, And then I brought them home, and they rubber band the pairs together at the bins, and I didn't take enough time to really even look at them, because I looked at like the first shoe and it was like, man, these are clean, you know, and I just dropped them in the basket. No big deal. Got them home, and I took the rubber band off and set them, you know, side by side. And one of them, they were both the same brand and the same style. One of them was brown, and the other one was a dark green color. And I was just like, sucks.
And you know what? I sold those shoes and didn't get a negative, because the guy, he messaged me and went, LOL, these are mismatched. And I'm like, you know what? My apologies. Keep the shoes, and if you come across the left one, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and refund you. And he went, ha ha ha, thanks so much.
I mean, at that point, you have to. Here's the thing, okay? This is what I do all the time when it comes to mistakes or things that I've sold and maybe the buyer's unhappy with it. And I don't know what is so difficult for some sellers to get through to this. And this is my philosophy. You know, if there's an issue with the item, let's say, like, the crotch of a pair of jeans is blown out and you just didn't realize it for some reason, or maybe like, I mean, seriously, you know, Chris is over there giggling. I can see him, but seriously, and let's just say that you didn't realize it, or there's a big stain somewhere on a pair of pants that you didn't see. Okay, and the buyer contacts you and tells you about it. Let's be real here. Are you going to make that buyer send that item back? Nope. Or are you going to say, hey, I'm sorry, here's your money back, keep the item, no problem? Because at the end of the day, you're not going to turn around and resell that item. You're just going to end up, since it's your fault, you're just going to end up paying for shipping back for no reason.
Well, and you know what else I did? I said, go to my store, and anything you find, I'll give you 40% off. And he's like, that's awesome. Thanks so much.
Yep, that worked.
Oh, hey, Chris, you're muted, man.
If that's hard goods, though, that's a different story.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay.
So, yeah. If there's an issue with that, I mean, you can always sell something for parts, or you can have. I'm saying like a major malfunction or major problem with something.
I agree there. Yes.
And if it's my fault, you better believe the buyer is going to keep the item. If it's my fault, they're going to keep the item, and I'm going to give them their money back, and they're going to get it for free, 100% every single time.
Yeah, I agree there.
Well, there was I told you guys this story once, but there was a storage facility that was auctioning off storage units, and one of the big bins, this guy opened the door, and it was all Nike shoes, brand new in the box Nike shoes. Well, you can't go in; you can just see what you can see. Well, he bought this thing, spent a ton of money. I wasn't there personally, but I heard about it. And I can't remember if this is the left or right shoe, but they were all one side of the shoes, because that's how Nike ships their shoes for security reasons. So he bought a locker full of either the left or the right shoe. That's what happened. So, yeah. Can you imagine?
I'd be so sick.
Yeah. So, and I guarantee that unit didn't go cheap, right? So that's incredible. But that's how they ship their shoes, because once they get it here, then they match it up with their mate. You know what I mean? But they ship them just one size.
Right. That's insane, man.
Yeah.
That would be a hard pill to swallow.
Yep.
How did they not know that to begin with, though?
Well, because you can't go in. Like, I can't remember. This was a few years back, but I don't know if this is a pod auction. You know, those typically you get like big containers that they ship overseas, or what. But I believe it could have possibly been that. But you can't go in. You can just physically see when they open the door, and that's it, right? So when you see a bunch of shoes like that, you know, you assume. I mean, you know, had I not known that, I would assume that the right and the left pair were in every single box. You know, not just the lefts or the rights. You know what I mean? So. Pretty crazy. But guys, I just want to say I'm gonna have to take off probably and get some sleep because I gotta pick up a storage unit tomorrow myself. But it was fun. Seriously, Jason, you have a killer channel, and I can't believe over 40 people are watching us crazy resellers. You know, working hard. I was trying to outlast Chris because normally he goes to bed earlier than me. Remember that one night, Shane? We were all talking, and then all of a sudden he goes on the couch and then he just disappears for a while.
Yeah, he disappeared, and then one night he fell asleep on the couch with it rolling live.
Yes, and I'm sitting there like, Jason, what's going on, my man?
Yeah, I disappeared that one time. I heard it.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Yeah,
I was tired.
That one time we were all on a live hangout and you fell asleep on your couch.
I was tired, man.
And then was rolling live and he was just sleeping on the couch. Like, this is awesome.
I'm wondering, like, he's got to get his beauty sleep, guys. I don't know. You got to maintain that wrinkle-free skin for as long as possible. Do you see the light glistening off? You know, it's like Chris, you were famous, weren't you, on Avatar? That movie Avatar, like 12 years ago. I mean, you know how like everything just glistened. You know,
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but jealous Wade. I need to buy some more units. We need more. Yes, you know, storage units are crazy fun. They're a lot of work, and I think the biggest killer for people that buy storage units, there's three things. One, room. You got to have a lot of room. It's hard to process it a lot. Now, if you buy one or two here and there, that's fine, but you got to have a lot of room. Second thing is you got to have transportation. I feel like this is overlooked. You know, a lot of people, they rent U-Hauls or Penske trucks, and that stuff can add up, you know, and you can only have it for a couple of days. So that's tough too. And then another thing is cash flow is tough. If you're in an area where you're, you know, purchasing better units in between like $300 to $1,000, think about that, guys. $300 to $1,000 per unit. But if you buy 30 units or 40 units, I mean, that's a lot of money yearly that you're dropping down on units. Of course, you're going to be selling the stuff, but so, you know, cash flow is really important. I think that a lot of people underestimate that with storage units because, you know, it gets time consuming, and then you throw in, you know, $500-$600 here and there. I mean, that's a lot of money. You can go thrift store and swim in shoes for like 2 weeks, like Jason does, for that kind of money. So, you know, it's just, you got to be careful of that. I like to buy expensive units. I used to buy a lot more units. Now I just tend to buy the more expensive units. And the reason I say expensive is they're more desirable, you know, like the older antique furniture, you know, nice boxes. I don't like seeing Goodwill tags. I like to see dust, things that've been there for a while. And those tend to go for higher amounts of money. I feel like that's better than buying quantity. You know, so that's just me. But yeah, it is a lot of fun, guys. You should get into it. And I get a lot of Nike too, guys, because I'm in Beaverton. So, you know, Nike headquarters is like 8 minutes away from me, right? So I get a lot of Nike stuff, a lot of Nike units. I got one unit that was an ex-Nike employee and had over what? I don't know if Ashley's still in the chat, but he probably had over 100 to 150 pairs of really nice Nikes. But all the soles were missing out, or all the what are they, Jason? All the I can't think of the word right now. Like the soles, like the bottom parts, like we're missing out on those. Inserts, yeah.
The insoles, yeah.
Yeah, insoles were missing. That was interesting. But yeah, the cool thing about storage units, guys, is you can buy. You'd be surprised that people can pack in this thing, right? 5x5, 10x10, and so you're purchasing a lot of inventory at once. So it's fun.
Yeah. Well, I guess, shoot, it's about almost 1:15 Central Time. So this is what we're gonna do. We're getting close to the end here, really close. So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna go line by line, person by person. We're gonna say our goodbyes. All right. So with that being said, we'll start with Shane, and let's see. Tracy's muted. She'll have to unmute her mic when she's ready. But we'll start with Shane Rise and Grind Picker.
So I just want to tell everybody that you know, a lot of people look at reselling, and it's like kind of like an impossible feat to hit numbers when you have a job. And I can tell you right now, I have a full-time job, and last month I hit $10,000 in sales on Amazon and about $2,000 on eBay. It's about $12,000. My eBay business is kind of faltering because I'm focusing on Amazon, but I think that you can do this and you can pay off a lot of debt really quick. And I think that's the most important part is when you want to go full-time, don't rush it. Take your time and make sure you have your debt paid off and all that stuff. So
cool. Tracy?
Well, I wanted to ask Wade how I don't know how I got muted. I was like asking questions and I was muted somehow. So I wanted to ask Wade how he judges his storage units. Like, how do you know that you're going to look in there and find vintage stuff?
Well, that's the thing is like, so what people don't realize about me is I have a superpower. And my superpower is I can be transparent and walk through walls. And that's what I do basically. So before the storage auction, I will actually be invisible. I'll walk through it. I'll kind of go through the items. I'll find out what's in there, and then I'll walk out, and then I'll bid on the unit if I like it. There's no magic bullet. I bought crappy units, guys. I bought really good units. And it's one of those things where, like, when you make a bad buy, because I've made a lot of bad buys for eBay, you've got to consider that tuition. So when you make a bad buy, you have the merchandise, you can't go back in time, there's nothing you can do. So you have to consider that as tuition, a learning experience. You're not going to college for this, so there's always going to be a give and take, a pulley system. You know, you got to spend money to make money, but sometimes you're going to spend money in the wrong way. And that you got to just write off in your mind, consider tuition, and learn from that mistake. So I bought a lot of storage units. I used to buy, like I said, quantity, just a bunch of them. And it is a numbers game in a way because every unit's not going to be great. You purchase 5 units. If you got 2 really good ones, and that pays for all the others and then plus some, right? But you just got to kind of know what to look for. You know, it just takes time. Like I said, when I roll up to a unit, I have a different perspective now because back then I used to sell a lot of local. Now I sell on eBay. So now back then I was like into the tools and like the bigger stuff. And now I'm into the smaller stuff that I can ship. So yeah, you've got to look at like, you know, whatever you're interested in. And for me, it's boxes. I like it neatly stacked because it shows that they care about their items. If I see shoes in the unit that's not in a box or bin, I like to see how clean the shoe is because a lot of times the way that people treat their shoes is the way that they treat a lot of their other possessions. It's a true fact. So I like to look at that. Obviously how old the unit's been there. When people lose storage units, it's public knowledge who's losing it. You can Google that storage unit and know exactly who's losing that unit. And, you know, I don't do this now, but you can look into like kind of what their profession used to be. So you can get an idea of maybe possibly what's in the unit. But there's a lot of factors going into it. I think the biggest thing is like just experience, you know, and I'm not saying I'm like, you know, the man. I'm just saying that, you know, over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been buying these units. You kind of get an eye of like, okay, this may be possibly a good one. You know, either go for it or not. But
so Wade, you're saying that you can look into it before you purchase?
No, you can't. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't some places around the United States that have a looser system, but everyone I've seen, you cannot go on the unit. You can only bid on what's in front of you. So what I tell new buyers is when you're buying a storage unit and the bidding is going, look at what you can see. So you can't see anything that's in boxes or totes, but look at what you can see. Try to add that up in your mind if you think you know what that stuff will go for, and then that will be what you want to spend on that unit, and everything else will be gravy. So if you find a bike, if you find like, you know, maybe some clothes that are hanging out, or if you find, you know, add up what you can see from the very front of the unit, put that in your mind, and then know what your cap is when you purchase the unit. So,
well,
you know, if I see,
asking, like when you said you you are purchasing the more expensive units now.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying you see more vintage things in the units.
Yeah. So a good example is I'm bidding on this one unit, and anybody in Oregon better not be bidding on that top. No, I'm bidding on this one unit, and it has got a lot of older furniture. And a big key too is it's got older furniture, but it's got a lot of boxes. So it's my type of unit, right? And then one thing I like about this is I noticed an old TV in the corner. So old furniture, old TV. I'm assuming that this probably was an older person that owned this stuff, which is right up my alley because I like vintage stuff, right? Hard goods. I like that type of stuff.
Right.
And so also they care about their items, the way it's stacked. You'll notice that all the boxes are towards the back and the heavy stuff is towards the front. That's the way they probably loaded the truck. So they took all the stuff they put in the back and that's neatly stacked. I also like to check too, like how long the unit's been there, because you'll notice when you stack boxes on boxes, the corners will kind of wilt a little bit from the boxes. It gives you an idea that it's been there for a while, that they've been paying on it. So if they've been paying on it for 3 or 4 years or longer, what's in there that they've been paying on a storage unit for that long, right? I don't want that unit that they've only been there a few months. I want that unit they've been there years. They've got a lot invested in that stuff. So there's got to be something there that I'm interested in. So
that makes sense.
Wow. That's a good way of looking at it. That's a good look. All right. Well, Chris, you wanna add to the sign off, my man?
Sure. I'd say don't be stagnant in what you're selling. When I first started, I did electronics, and that's all I did, and that's all I thought I'd do. And then I started watching YouTube, doing YouTube, talking to all you guys, everyone watching. I started selling clothes, jerseys, etc. So there's profit everywhere. You know, Wade said, find something, anything, right? Be different. Don't be afraid. Try something out, and be different.
I'm gonna butt in and respond to Mary Dethy Deals. She says, "Does anyone actually want antique furniture anymore?" Oh yeah, they definitely do. They want to refinish it and make it their own.
Oh yeah,
and it's not the furniture though, guys. It's more the idea of what's in the boxes. You know, like you're painting a story. And obviously it doesn't work all the time, but if you see the antique furniture, and you see the antique, or not antique, but the older TV, you know, the older style TVs, then you're like, okay, well, that stuff in those boxes has got to be older, right? So that's kind of the idea, is kind of paint a picture of what's in the unit. So is it my turn? I feel like I've been talking. Okay, well, first of all, I want to say, guys, dude, this is an amazing YouTube channel. I'm super excited for you. And if I can give any tip in the world, it is go at reselling with kind of a killer instinct. Like, it's do or die. I know it sounds crazy and it's just, you know, it's not really uplifting. But the reason I bring that up is, like, if this does not work, you're back to a 9-to-5, or you're back to whatever you started before you started your journey here. And I've said this many times, you have 2 options. A lot of times life ends up in 2 options. Like, every time Cade does something, my little guy does something, you know, even at 2 years old, I give him 2 options. You can do this and this will happen, or you can do this and this will happen, right? I want to give him options, not just say yes or no. And that's the way life is. That's the way reselling is. Like, you have an option to, like, work really hard because this is your business, and you have an option to kind of take it a back seat. If you take that back seat, you're going to end up back to that 9-to-5 building somebody else's dream. So that being said, most important thing that I cherish in the reselling community is like relationships. And I'm not talking like in person. I mean, that's great, but I'm talking like online relationships. The fact that you can reach out to people all across the United States with just a phone and ask for help free. So I just feel like, guys, this is the best time in all of human history to be able to pick up something and actually make cold hard cash with your phone. So go out there and get it, and for 2019. Is it legal there, Shane, yet in your state?
No, it is not legal yet. The new governor came in, and he wants to recreationalize it completely.
Okay, because I just saw you take like a dip under your table and you come back up coughing. So I was wondering.
No, I'm actually getting a cold, like a really bad cold, and so I'm like severely like congested, coughing, and stuff like that.
Go to all the things at Walmart.
I wish.
That's awesome. That's
I'd be
awesome.
passed
Well, guys,
right now.
All right. Well, seriously, honestly, truly, really, thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. Wade, thank you so much for the IG shout out, man. That helped out tremendously. And seriously, we've got 40 viewers here. I hate to cut it short. Well, it's not even really short. I mean, we're at 1:23 in the morning Central Time. But you guys are a bunch of night owls just like us, and it's been a blast, really, truly. And seriously, you get on Facebook. You can join my Facebook group, eBay Sellers Anonymous. You can also find me on Instagram at thrift_trader. Here on YouTube, right here at this channel, we're going to have plenty coming up. I actually just bought some spy glasses, so I'll be bringing some live footage from, well, not live, but footage from the bins while I'm picking. Probably a lot of garage sale finds and stuff like that this summer as well. So definitely thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, guys, keep on picking that trash and making that cash. We'll catch y'all later.